Hi friends, MD Vegan. Today it's flaxseed time, flax seeds and kale. So superfoods, I would say. Kale, a green. You should have greens every day. Maybe that's the most important nutrient, ingredient or nutrient we have, the green. Maybe. It's not only for ourselves, green nutrients, but also the greens, the chlorophyll, is what makes plants different from animals. That's one of the most distinctive criteria, the green, the chlorophyll. That's also determines the metabolism, how you get energy. And it's with plants the whole other way around as with animals. We are also animals, I consider now. Because what the chlorophyll does, it takes in sun and gives away oxygen, and it takes also in carbon dioxide. We go just the other way around. We take in oxygen and give away carbon dioxide. So the whole different opposite approach to making energy. And that's also why I guess plants, one reason why plants are the perfect food for us. Because it's all the other way around. That's only one aspect. And how long is the intestine and so on, how are we used to live and all these things. Of course we know plant-based food is the food of humankind. And recently I saw a video by Dr. Greger, the one guy who is big in science, in nutritional science, and he says a good point that most of our time as human beings, we lived from plants. Before we went to make these spears, to sharpen instruments, to kill animals, to hunt, and so before that time, the biggest time of all our lives, we predominantly ate plants. So maybe it's a good idea to go back to that. And go away from this aberration of eating animals. From a nutritional side, point of view, of course, most important is that we are human beings and we are ethical beings, we are moral beings, we have the freedom. Freedom is the base of any morality. Without having a choice, you have no choice, of course. Then how can you be moral? Ethical. You have to have a choice, and we have the choice now. We can eat only plants. We don't need to eat animals anymore. So that's the main reason, of course. And when you ask which plants, then I would say the greens are the most important. Maybe because we are not only feeding ourselves, but also our intestines, where a huge amount of bacteria live, and they love the greens as much as we do. And we cannot digest the greens even without these bacteria. The greens, the bacteria, they eat the green, the outside of the chlorophyll, and we eat the inside. That's the magnesium. Magnesium is a very important element inside the chlorophyll. And the only difference between the chlorophyll and red blood cells is the inside. The same molecule and the different inside. We have iron inside our blood chlorophyll, so to say, that makes it red. And the plants, they have magnesium inside, the same molecule, and that makes it green. So it's very much corresponding to what we have, to how we are built. It's just, it fits perfectly. So the green is very important. And now the question, what kind of green should we prefer? Maybe that's not that's important, not that's an important question. I mean, I could leave it out, but it is interesting because just today I had this, I found this kale in my refrigerator, and it was, you look at this, it looks so strong and so fresh, just from just as if harvested. But it was, before I put it in the fridge, it was very like crumbled, soft, and not so crunchy anymore. But what I did is I put it just for 10 minutes into a water. I take it out of the water into the plastic bag back into the fridge, and now it looks like this. Look at this, has recovered completely. And this is one thing that is very important for me. If I buy once a week to save time, go to the groceries once a week, get my greens, my food, whatever I need, it's important for me to know that it keeps for a week at least until I go to the next groceries. And this green is perfect for durability. It keeps for ages in the fridge, for a long time. Spinach, for example, is very difficult. It might be tastier. Spinach tastes maybe better. It has a gentle flavor. It's very easy to make a smoothie with spinach. It's very soft. You can have it. It's very available. You can buy it everywhere. It's very inexpensive, but it keeps not so long. Yeah, you buy spinach and you have to eat it fast. Otherwise, it willows and it's bad. Yeah, you can throw it away, and that is one aspect why one green is more important to me than another, and the other is availability. And of course, from the nutritious point, there's nothing that can top kale. This is the most nutrient-dense green we have, leafy green we have. That's the kale. So from this point, it is very favorable. Maybe the flavor is not, and it's a very hard to digest. Yeah, you see this is very firm, everything, and you have to break it down. For the smoothie, it's perfect. But for salads, for example, it's not so easy to make. For salads, I would say the best maybe dandelion. Because one point that makes it very important is the dandelion is everywhere on the planet. It grows wild. You can get it everywhere. It's very inexpensive. So dandelion maybe have a little bitter flavor. So to make it delicious, you have to use some tricks. So you see, all these rankings depend on what priority you have. Dandelion is maybe the champion in availability, how you can get it. And kale is about the nutrients. It's super high in nutrients. And spinach maybe in flavor. All have their downsides. Spinach, for example, has too much oxalate. Yeah, one of the greens that had a lot of oxalate, like the green of beets and the greens of spinach and the greens of collard greens. They also have a lot of oxalate, so we should avoid too much of them. Once in a while, that's cool, but for every day, I would not recommend spinach. So dandelion or kale may be the most valuable at all. Who knows? But today I made a kale smoothie. It's always good to have the greens available in a smoothie. Yeah, to strip this off the stem here. Yeah, that's one thing of the kale is so firm. You need to take the stem off. Otherwise, it wouldn't be nice in a smoothie. And they're easy, like this. See, this is the stem. A nice snack too. Tastes good. And here are the leaves. They go into the smoothie. So a little bit about the greens today, some basic knowledge about greens, just the way, not to make a definitive statement, but just the way how I think about it, what I read about it, how the people I read about, how they think about it, a way to approach these questions. So, kale smoothie today with flax seeds. Flax seeds, that's another superfood as compared to chia seed. There are even videos about it by nutritionists. What is more healthy, flax seeds or chia seeds? Flax seeds, of course, are here in the Western Hemisphere everywhere. Yeah, you can have very inexpensive flax seeds. They are super healthy, and it happened to be a little bit more healthy than chia seed if you look at the certain health benefits. And most people eat flax seeds for the anti-cancer, the lignans in the flax seed, and they're actually higher than in chia seed. Sometimes there has been some confusion about it, but actually the lignans are higher in flax than chia seed. But the other aspects about how nutritious, that they are high in fiber, yeah, high in omega-3 fats, and that's good for the heart and for the arteria. And so this is a very healthy, both flax and chia seed are super healthy, and you can use them very nicely also in other dishes. You can gel up the chia seed, for example, to replace them the eggs in baking. So there are so many health benefits and so many practical benefits of chia seed and flax seeds. So very recommended to use it daily. Also for weight loss, yeah, to eat it daily, the chia seed. But you have to also to ground it. It's the best way. But I will not grind it today. I will just put it in a blender together with some almonds here. You see, I have some almonds. I want to make an almond milk, as it's a banana milk smoothie with almonds. Yeah, I will talk about that a little bit later. First, I will ground now my flax seeds and my almonds to make it a little bit easier for the blender. And before I put the other ingredients in, yeah, I will just ground these a little bit in the blender for it to dry. Let's see how that works. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't want to do anything here, dancing or so. You see, that's the first step I would recommend, because when you put the other ingredients in at the same time, the little guys might escape and they run down in the liquid. So now I have it all done, the main part, yeah, broken down. That's important to have the full benefits. And here I put some bananas, here 3 bananas, large, or 3 larger bananas, or 6 small bananas, whatever you like. These I put in. Now this is my classical way to make any kind of smoothie delicious. Greens, if they are not so delicious, you put in a banana milk smoothie that makes it delicious. And the easiest way for me is a banana milk smoothie with bananas, nuts and seeds, and a little bit of lemon maybe. Yeah, water, of course. Yeah. Very easy. Bananas and lemon make it a perfect combination. The flavor is wonderful. I have 1 lemon here, peeled, and 3 large bananas, and a little bit of water. Yeah. Just to begin a little bit. The bananas, they will be runny if you blend it anyway. Blending it with nuts and seeds make it more creamy. There's then more fat in there and more protein, of course, and that's of course adds to the nutritional value, makes it keeping. If you have breakfast, for example, it will keep for a while, and the silk and the creaminess is extraordinary together with some nuts or seeds together with the banana. So that's a very nice thing to do. And the last ingredient here, the main ingredient today, one of the 2 main ingredients here, is the kale. You see, just a cup of kale, you press it together. You might have a cup, and you don't need that much, yeah, in a day. And just a little bit of green is enough to have these basic minerals that are so important. The vitamins you can get mainly from fruit too, yeah. But you have a lot of calcium in greens. You have a lot of iron in greens. That's all very important, and it's not so much in the fruit. Protein, there are even protein in greens, a lot of protein, but for this, a little bit of gray greens is important, because we don't need that much of protein, because a little bit is enough. So now I blend everything. I think I'm done here. Let's see if it works, and then blender dance. What I see here, what happened here on the base. You see, a little bit of the flax seed and the almonds have gathered here, and I will just put a little bit too in there to dissolve it. And that's very easy, but the blender would take too much time, and by the time the blender uses for that, it would just be warming up. And I don't like a warm smoothie here in this case. I just want to have it easier. So that is all I need to do now. Yummy, yummy. And off we go. A lot of talking. Basically, it's a very easy smoothie recipe. Remember the banana milk, bananas, nuts, water, little lemon, the banana milk smoothie, and the main ingredients here, kale and flax seeds, to make it really nutrition dense and keeping. So it's a little bit thick. Let me see how I taste it before I put some water in. I thought I need some water, maybe. Wow, wow. It is super delicious. The almonds are so nice. You don't even need to buy almond milk or to make filter their nuts through a nut milk bag to make the milk, because when you put them in bananas, the fiber of the bananas allows for a creamy texture, which you don't have when you make just a plain plant milk. You usually would have to to filter it. Yeah? And not cashew milk and not macadamia milk, but the usual nuts with a brown peel like hazelnut milk, almond milk, and so you would usually filter them to make it a nice milk. But with a banana milk smoothie, you don't need to do that. You just put a handful of almonds in there with the bananas in the water, and you have creamy. Yeah, perfect. That's very nice. So I put a little bit more milk, water, to make it a little runnier, and it can also make it a little bit fluffier. Yeah, maybe more air comes into the smoothie, makes it creamier. A little bit of water can do a lot. Let's see now, and then once again. Nothing wrong about blending your food. Juicing is a different story because you take away the fiber. Yeah, juicing is very different. I would say that's an exceptional food. Yeah, just for fasting days when you turn around your whole metabolism, you don't digest anymore. You get the nutrients directly in, sets the digestion at rest. Yeah, the body can rest, and you can be completely creative, meditative. You can you turn inside. You can tidy up your mind. All these things. In fasting days, perfect. But on regular food days, eating days, most of the days, it's good to have the fiber important. That is, in a smoothie, you have all the fibers in there, and this is very healthy, and blending does not take away anything. It just makes it healthier because you have a direct access to the nutrients. You can absorb them easily, including the bacteria. They also have a job to do, but you don't have to break down the greens or the flax seeds here, for example, to get the full benefits. And with flax seeds or with chia seeds, for example, you cannot even get the nutrients if you eat them without blending or grinding, because then they will go through the body without being digested, and you leave the best away. But with the smoothie here, with the blending, that's perfect. Let's taste it again. Wow, wait, the almond flavor here makes it really nice, very characteristic. It's a wonderful smoothie, very easy to make, and I think with this banana milk idea, you can make any kind of smoothie with greens delicious. You have endless amount of nuts and seeds. They can have all different benefits, all different flavors, all different textures a little bit. And according to the green you want to add, you can play with the kind of nuts or seeds you add. Flax seeds and chia seeds are something to go for every day. The omega-3 fats, they are rare in plants. They are wonderful here, and many other things. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If so, like my video, give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Then you'll have another recipe every single day. And you also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.